Hello everyone, and welcome to my Beyond the Gates official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It's truly shocking and almost surreal for the residents of Fairmont Crest to witness the revelation of the complex and unexpected relationship between Lynette and Peaches in Beyond the Gates. Revelation that has sent shockwaves through the corridors of the mansion and beyond, leaving longtime viewers stunned, gossiping in disbelief, and reeling from the emotional fallout that intertwines betrayal, secrets, and forbidden intimacy in ways nobody could have predicted, because for years Lynette had presented herself as a figure of composure, reliability, and moral uprightness in a town rife with intrigue and scandal, carefully managing her relationships, maintaining a careful distance from drama while quietly navigating the undercurrents of power and deception. Yet all of that meticulous control and carefully curated public persona comes crashing down when Peaches enters the scene not just as a peripheral character, but as a catalyst for the unraveling of Lynette's carefully constructed life, introducing tensions, provocations, and temptations that expose hidden desires, unresolved conflicts, and vulnerabilities that Lynette had kept locked away even from herself, as Peaches, with her enigmatic charm, fearless audacity, and undeniable allure, begins to infiltrate every aspect of Lynette's daily existence, first subtly through whispered confidences, late-night encounters, and the casual dropping of information that only someone attuned to the hidden rhythms of the mansion could perceive, gradually escalating to moments that blur boundaries, challenge loyalties, and force Lynette to confront facets of her personality she had long suppressed or rationalized, while the other key figures in the drama, Ted, Shanice, Bill, Haley, and even Tomas, begin to notice the subtle shifts in her behavior, the furtive glances, the sudden absences, and the inexplicable choices that seem to align not with logic or strategy, but with an emotional pull that cannot be ignored, sparking rumors, suspicion, and confrontations that ripple through every storyline in the show, because beyond the personal and intimate dimension, the relationship between Lynette and Peaches threatens to destabilize alliances, reveal hidden motives, and reconfigure the social hierarchy of Fairmont Crest itself, challenging friendships, romantic entanglements, and even criminal schemes that had long been thought secure. And as the audience witnesses the interplay of vulnerability, desire, and secrecy between Lynette and Peaches, the tension builds to a crescendo where every revelation feels like a dagger to the heart of both characters and viewers alike, leaving everyone questioning the nature of loyalty, the boundaries of love, and the destructive potential of secrets kept too long. And the brilliance of Beyond the Gates lies precisely in this layering of personal stakes against a backdrop of high drama, where the everyday interactions of a community are transformed into epic struggles of emotion, power, and identity, with Lynette and Peaches' story serving as a fulcrum around which other plotlines pivot, because once the truth about their relationship is revealed, through a combination of overheard conversations, accidental exposures, and meticulously crafted confrontations, the entire narrative universe of the show shifts, forcing characters to reevaluate their priorities, alliances, and perceptions of each other, as Peaches' presence becomes both a mirror and a magnifier of Lynette's deepest fears and desires, revealing not just the hidden dimensions of her character but also challenging the moral and emotional fabric of the entire Fairmont Crest community. And as fans of Beyond the Gates debate, theorize, and speculate on the implications of this revelation, the writers continue to weave a web of suspense, uncertainty, and drama, ensuring that no relationship, secret, or ambition is ever truly safe, and the saga of Lynette and Peaches, shocking though it may be, exemplifies the core appeal of the show, the unrelenting tension between desire and duty, secrecy and revelation, love and betrayal, which keeps audiences glued to the screen week after week, as they await the next twist, the next revelation, and the inevitable consequences of a love that dares to exist in the shadows of a world already teetering on the edge of chaos and scandal, demonstrating that in Beyond the Gates, no character is ever fully known, no relationship ever straightforward, and no secret ever truly buried, because the unfolding of Lynette and Peaches' relationship is not just a storyline. It is a seismic event that reverberates across every corner of Fairmont Crest, transforming the familiar into something unpredictable, thrilling, and utterly compelling, ensuring that viewers remain captivated, invested, and emotionally entangled in the lives, loves, and betrayals of characters whose lives are intertwined in ways both devastating and mesmerizing. As the series masterfully balances the delicate interplay of suspense, passion, and revelation, making the story of Lynette and Peaches an unforgettable chapter in the ongoing saga of Beyond the Gates, a story that challenges expectations, provokes discussion, and leaves audiences both horrified and exhilarated by the intensity of human emotion played out on a stage of relentless intrigue, moral ambiguity, and the ever-present threat of exposure, all culminating in a narrative that proves once and for all that in Fairmont Crest, love and danger are never far apart, and the lines between friend and foe, desire and deception, loyalty and betrayal are as blurred as they are electrifying, making the revelation of Lynette and Peaches' relationship not just a plot point but a transformative moment in the very fabric of the series, setting the stage for new conflicts, shocking betrayals, and unforeseen alliances that will continue to ripple through the lives of everyone at Fairmont Crest. For seasons to come, the shocking depth of Lynette and Peaches' connection becomes even more evident as each day passes, with subtle glances, coded messages, and moments of unspoken understanding that ripple through every corner of Fairmont Crest, leaving the other residents increasingly unsettled, because nobody is used to seeing Lynette so visibly affected by someone outside her usual circle of influence, and Peaches, with her uncanny ability to read people, manipulate circumstances, and assert control over emotional spaces, quickly becomes a central figure in the delicate balance of power within the mansion, while the tension escalates not only through private encounters between the two women but also through public situations where their interactions spark gossip, speculation, and outright confrontation, because characters like Haley, whose own schemes and deceptions have long threatened to destabilize the community, begin to sense a vulnerability in Lynette that could be exploited, and Bill, ever watchful and increasingly suspicious, notices the small inconsistencies in Lynette's behavior, the subtle evasions, and the moments when her eyes betray emotions she tries desperately to conceal, while Ted, Shanice, and even Tomas, who has his own complicated history with many of the mansion's residents, begin piecing together fragments of what is unfolding, creating a web of tension that binds everyone in a shared anticipation of revelation and consequence. Because in Beyond the Gates, nothing happens in isolation, and every action, every secret, every fleeting expression has a ripple effect that reshapes alliances, upends expectations, and forces characters to confront uncomfortable truths about themselves and each other, and the audience, ever attuned to the subtleties of performance and storytelling, watches with bated breath as Lynette struggles to navigate the competing forces of desire, loyalty, fear, and ambition. While Peaches' presence challenges her moral compass, her carefully maintained image, and even her understanding of who she truly is, prompting internal conflicts that are as riveting as the external drama, because as their relationship intensifies, the lines between manipulation and affection, strategy and emotion, power and intimacy blur in ways that are both mesmerizing and terrifying. And it becomes increasingly clear that what begins as a seemingly clandestine alliance or flirtation evolves into something that has the potential to redefine the social, emotional, and even strategic landscape of Fairmont Crest, with every character forced to recalibrate their assumptions, expectations, and allegiances in response to this new, destabilizing reality, and as secrets are inevitably uncovered through overheard conversations, accidental discoveries, or confrontations orchestrated with perfect dramatic timing, the stakes grow ever higher, because the repercussions of Lynette and Peaches' relationship are not limited to themselves but extend outward, affecting every other narrative thread within the series, intertwining with romantic entanglements, rivalries, past betrayals, and hidden agendas, ensuring that the tension never abates and the audience remains perpetually invested in the unfolding drama, as the writers masterfully layer personal stakes atop broader social and narrative consequences, creating a tapestry of intrigue that is as emotionally compelling as it is narratively complex. And it is in this intricate interplay of private desire, public consequence, and cascading revelation that Beyond the Gates demonstrates its enduring appeal, using the relationship between Lynette and Peaches as both a mirror and a magnifier of human ambition, vulnerability, and the sometimes destructive power of love and secrecy, with every interaction, glance, and whispered confession carrying weight, meaning, and potential consequence, because in a setting like Fairmont Crest, where history, scandal, and ambition intertwine, nothing can remain hidden forever, and the inevitability of exposure adds a layer of suspense, danger, and emotional intensity that makes every scene, every dialogue, and every plot twist feel urgent, consequential, and impossible to ignore. And as viewers witness the growing emotional entanglement between Lynette and Peaches, they are drawn into a vortex of empathy, anticipation, and sometimes horror. Because the show not only portrays the scandalous and sensational elements of their relationship, but also the nuanced, deeply human emotions that underpin it: fear, longing, guilt, hope, and the profound need for connection, creating a storyline that resonates on multiple levels, both as high-stakes entertainment and as a reflection of the complexities of human relationships, while simultaneously setting the stage for a cascade of plot developments that will reverberate through the lives of all characters, forcing confrontations, decisions, and moral reckonings that test their strength, resilience, and capacity for forgiveness. And the brilliance of Beyond the Gates lies in this ability to transform personal drama into collective consequence, using Lynette and Peaches' relationship as the axis around which the narrative tension revolves, ensuring that every viewer is left questioning, predicting, and emotionally invested, because in Fairmont Crest, love and betrayal, secrecy and revelation, desire and duty are inextricably intertwined. And the story of Lynette and Peaches exemplifies this dynamic perfectly, offering moments of passion, heartbreak, triumph, and disaster that are as addictive as they are shocking, while simultaneously advancing other storylines, unveiling hidden histories, sparking rivalries, challenging alliances, and complicating existing romantic entanglements, creating a cascading effect of tension, drama, and emotional complexity that is the hallmark of Beyond the Gates, with the relationship serving as a catalyst for transformation, growth, and destruction, simultaneously captivating the audience and destabilizing the fictional world they inhabit, reminding everyone that in this series, no one is safe from the consequences of desire, deception, and revelation, and that every secret, no matter how carefully guarded, has the potential to ignite a storm of drama that will consume not only those directly involved but everyone in the orbit of Fairmont Crest, ensuring that the unfolding saga of Lynette and Peaches is remembered as a turning point, a seismic shift in the narrative, and a vivid testament to the enduring appeal of the series' intricate storytelling, emotional intensity, and relentless suspense. As the intricate layers of Lynette and Peaches' relationship continue to unfold, the atmosphere within Fairmont Crest grows increasingly charged with tension, speculation, and unspoken fear, because everyone in the mansion begins to sense that something significant is shifting beneath the surface, even if they cannot yet articulate exactly what it is. And the way the two women interact, through subtle touches, lingering eye contact, carefully phrased conversations, and seemingly innocent coincidences, becomes a language in itself, one that is deciphered differently by each observer, sometimes misunderstood, sometimes revealing truths that no one had expected, while the audience becomes complicit in the discovery, piecing together moments of hesitation, glances, and emotional micro-expressions that the show's clever direction and scripting have meticulously planted, ensuring that the drama is not just in the overt confrontations, but in the quiet, electric moments of tension that make viewers hold their breath, suspect motives, and anticipate the inevitable explosion of revelation. Because in Beyond the Gates, storytelling thrives in these interstitial spaces where characters' internal struggles collide with public perception. And the relationship between Lynette and Peaches epitomizes this, acting simultaneously as a private emotional crucible and a public spectacle of intrigue, with each encounter generating ripple effects that extend into every narrative thread, destabilizing romances, rivalries, alliances, and unspoken agreements that had previously seemed immutable. And as Peach's presence becomes more prominent, characters like Haley, who has her own complicated history of deception, manipulation, and revenge, begin to sense both opportunity and threat, recognizing that Lynette's vulnerability could be exploited to serve their own agendas, while Bill, ever the moral and emotional center for many of the mansion's dramas, begins an agonizing process of observation and deduction, noting inconsistencies in Lynette's stories, subtle shifts in her behavior, and moments of inexplicable absence or distraction, all of which drive him closer to the inevitable confrontation. And even Tomas, whose investigative instincts are legendary, starts tracing connections, analyzing motives, and slowly realizing that Peach's role is not just incidental, but central to a larger web of secrets, lies, and ambitions that may redefine the balance of power in Fairmont Crest, because the show excels at layering these discoveries, intertwining private desire with public consequence and personal revelation with social disruption, creating a tension that is almost unbearable. And as the narrative progresses, the emotional stakes continue to climb, with every stolen glance, whispered conversation, and near discovery ratcheting the suspense higher, compelling viewers to continuously reassess their understanding of loyalty, trust, morality, and the transformative power of love and desire. And yet, it is not simply the forbidden or scandalous nature of Lynette and Peach's relationship that grips the audience, but the profound humanity that underlies it, the vulnerability, fear, longing, and courage that define their interactions, making them relatable even amid the heightened drama and sensational plot twists that characterize the series. And as this relationship deepens, the consequences multiply, affecting romantic entanglements, social hierarchies, and even ongoing criminal schemes, because in Fairmont Crest, nothing exists in isolation, and every emotional decision has the potential to ignite a chain reaction of narrative repercussions, with secrets once hidden now threatening to surface, alliances tested, and characters forced to confront uncomfortable truths about themselves, their desires, and their ambitions, while the writers expertly balance tension and release, secrecy and revelation, building an inexorable momentum toward moments of confrontation, confession, and sometimes catastrophe, ensuring that each viewer is emotionally invested and perpetually anticipating the next twist, shock, or betrayal. And as these developments intersect with ongoing storylines, the scheming of Haley, the complicated romantic dynamics of Ted and Shanice, the moral reckonings of Bill, the investigations of Tomas, and the hidden ambitions of other residents, the story of Lynette and Peaches becomes not just a subplot, but a central axis around which the entire drama rotates, redefining relationships, power structures, and emotional hierarchies, while also exploring themes of identity, secrecy, forbidden love, and the inherent tension between personal desire and social expectation. And through it all, the audience is treated to moments of heartbreak, passion, triumph, and danger, as every character must navigate the precarious line between honesty and deceit, loyalty and betrayal, love and survival, with Lynette and Peach's dynamic serving as both a mirror and a magnifier of these universal human struggles, amplifying the drama, suspense, and emotional intensity in ways that only Beyond the Gates can. And as the seasons unfold, the relationship continues to evolve, sometimes tender, sometimes volatile, sometimes dangerous, but always charged with the magnetic energy of forbidden desire and the inexorable pull of emotional truth, ensuring that the narrative remains as compelling, unpredictable, and emotionally resonant as ever, while also providing the perfect platform for the show's signature twists.